I'm Chris from Play Comics, a show where we look at video games based on comic properties and how well they stick to that source material, a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other astonishingly geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
But again, how do you know they're all female? Does somebody go out in the park and pull up the dinosaur skirts?
We control their chromosomes. It's really not that difficult. All vertebrate embryos are inherently female anyway. They just require an extra hormone given at the right developmental stage to make them male. We simply deny them that.
Deny them that?
John, the kind of control you're attempting is, it's not possible. Listen, if there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and it crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but, well, there it is.
There it is.
You're implying that a group composed entirely of female animals will breed?
No, I'm simply saying that life, finds a way.
And welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi. And this week we take a look at the movie that delighted everyone's inner 12-year-old, starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. It's 1993's Jurassic Park. But first, he's the guy who goes elbow deep in dino shit every chance he gets. It's Rob. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing all right. So today, I decided protein bars. No. I'm not fancy enough for protein bars, so I got myself a snickerdoodle cream pie.
Oh, that sounds so sweet.
I mean, it's all right. I told the wife not to get any more.
You not a fan?
It's not snickerdoodle.
Is it not?
Well, I mean, it's a cake. And it's got cinnamon in it. But it doesn't taste like a snickerdoodle cookie.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that you've got your face stuffed, you got any news for us this week?
Oh, was I supposed to pull up news before we got started?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right. So we've got a sequel on the horizon.
A sequel to what?
To a movie that we have reviewed.
And what would that movie be?
The 2013 non-hit movie starring Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds.
Jeff Bridges and
Come on.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Non-hit movie.
It was a non-hit movie. It got blasted by the critics.
Oh, R.I.P.D.
There it is.
Oh my God, they're making a sequel of R.I.P.D.
So did you remember that, or were you just like?
No, I remembered it. Yeah, it just took me a while to bring back that horrible memory of a movie.
Yeah. So they're making a prequel to R.I.P.D. called R.I.P.D. 2: Rise of the Damned. It follows Jeff Bridges' Wild West lawman Roy Pulsifer. Apparently his last name was Pulsifer. I didn't know that. Anyway, as he becomes when he first becomes part of R.I.P.D. And so it's played by Jeffrey Donovan, who's from Burn Notice.
Yeah.
And he gets shot by some outlaws, and
You mean Jeff Bridges isn't going to reprise his role?
Well, no, this is a prequel.
I know, but still.
Yeah. Maybe he'll show up. But it's
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. The first one sucked.
It's got a chick, some sort of mysterious swordswoman as They clash with creatures and undead insanity unleashes apocalyptic chaos.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it's yours to own on digital Blu-ray and DVD on November 15th.
It's not even coming to theaters. It's going straight to Blu-ray.
Straight to video. Straight to video. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, the next thing that I got, I've got bad news. I don't have, well, I mean, this is technically superhero related, but I think I'll get a pass for the subject matter. So there is an exclusive out there by the your favorite website who has trusted and proven sources.
Yeah.
It looks like Jennifer Connelly is in talks to sign up with Marvel.
Oh, what's she going to play?
Well, according to trusted and proven sources, it could be the Red She-Hulk.
The Red She-Hulk. Okay.
Yeah.
Why was the Red She-Hulk a different person than just regular She-Hulk?
I guess so. I don't know enough about She-Hulk or Hulk in general.
Yeah.
But it says they are speculating. Well, she has been casted, or there's rumors out there that she is interested in being cast as a villain, which isn't her normal thing. And they speculate Jennifer Connelly will be returning to Marvel as Betty Ross, but also as the Red She-Hulk in World War Hulk.
Wait, so they're going to replace what's her face as Betty Ross? I mean, she was a Betty Ross in like the Hulk.
Well, well, who's the other Betty Ross?
Steve Tyler's daughter.
That was okay. Yeah, she was Betty Ross for Norton.
Yeah, she was Betty Ross for Norton. Connelly was Betty Ross for Banna.
Yeah. So frankly, I'd rather have Jennifer Connelly as Betty Ross than Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt. It comes from Giant Freaking Robot. So,
yeah, I didn't know that Red She-Hulk was a different person.
Let's see. Don't see anything in this particular article where they talk about who the Red She-Hulk is, but whatever.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there's your superhero news for you.
All right. What else you got?
Let's go back over to sci-fi. I've got, it's not really big news, but I thought it was interesting news in that Star Trek Strange New Worlds was honored with the Seal of Authentic Representation for Bruce Horak's Himmer. Himmer was the, not Andorian, but the white dudes. He was the chief engineer. I can't remember what race they were. Andorians are blue, but apparently there's some that look like Andorians that are white. I don't know. Anyway, so Bruce Horak is a legally blind actor who played a blind engineer alien in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. He actually did really well. I thought he was a good engineer. But he got the show got the Rudderman Seal of Approval. The Rudderman Family Foundation is an advocacy group that focuses on advancement of people with disabilities, and their Seal of Approval is awarded to television series and films featuring actors with disabilities in substantial speaking roles that show the commitment toward full inclusiveness in popular culture. Yeah, I just read that word for word. I thought I did pretty good.
Well, your reading is coming along, so
it is. Yeah,
good job on that study.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how blind he is, if he's like full on blind or, like just can't see. He does use a cane, a stick, a stick to navigate. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he's full on blind or, can see shapes or something. But I thought that was kind of interesting that, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, again, you need to check it out when you decide to get your Paramount Plus renewed for Picard.
Yeah, like in February or something.
Yeah, give that a look. It's they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it
depends on if I have time. It's going to be a busy time.
No, you'll have time. We'll make time. And I've got one more.
One more? Oh my gosh!
Yeah. See, because I felt like I needed to even things out. Again, from trusted and proven sources.
God.
Yes, from trusted and proven sources.
You just look at fucking Giant Freaking Robot's homepage to see what you can grab off of it.
No, for some reason, Giant Freaking Robot shows up on my Chrome newsfeed thing on my phone, and that's where and so it's like, oh, okay. I thought this was interesting. From trusted and proven sources, a 2-time Academy Award-winning actor is being wooed to join the DC universe.
2-time Academy Award-winning actor.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know that they're trying to get Harrison Ford in as Thaddeus Ross.
No, that would be Marvel. We're talking about
DC.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know? No. Oh man, see, when I say this name, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I can see that. They are trying to woo Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks
to play some version of Zoom, the Reverse Flash for the Flash 2.
What the fuck is a Reverse Flash? Somebody that still sits really still?
No, it's the opposite of the Flash. They use the negative Speed Force as opposed to the Speed Force. And if you would watch your Arrowverse shows, you would know this.
I don't watch shit shows. I thought we've already established this.
Well, SP would have to disagree. Look
at the titles SP puts on our list.
Yeah, but look at what you just got done doing. I mean, we had to watch Battleship, we had to watch Slipstream, you had to watch Killer Clowns from whatnot. You've been watching a lot of shit shows, so you can't say that you don't watch shit shows. It's canality.
The only time I have to watch shit shows is when I'm forced to watch shit shows because people put shit shows on the great big list of sci-fi titles, or they make me go on their show, like the Film Appraisers, and watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Well, if you had quit
putting myself in compromising positions where they can get blackmail on me, yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's a problem. I'm working on it.
It's a work in process. The first step is admittance. Yeah. Second step is stay away from the bus station.
Right.
Yeah. But so we'll see what happens. I mean, good on them for thinking that there's a Flash 2 that's going to happen.
From what I understand, the end of the current Flash movie is supposed to kind of recast that role.
Let's hope it's a good one.
Yeah, we'll see. The DCU hasn't shown me much. It's on
fire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll discuss that here in a bit.
Yeah. Why? We're on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I know. But on Satic, we'll discuss that.
Oh, soon. Yeah, because we've got Black Adam coming out soon.
Yeah.
All
right, who's ready for a pod crawl?
Only if it's short and sweet.
It is short and sweet. Let's do
this.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
John Hammond is a dreamer, and one day he dreamed of creating a park where the attractions devoured the tourists. Thus, Jurassic Park was born. John invited several really smart people, as well as his grandchildren, to his island park to tell him what a wonderful place it was. But when you skimp on paying the IT guy, bad things happen, like they try and steal your technology and lock you out of your security systems during a tropical storm while your future park endorsements are dodging dinosaurs looking for their next snack. The moral of this story, IT people are evil. Anyway, Alan, his girlfriend and fellow scientist Ellie and sexy mathematician Ian are all in various stages of fucked up as the park shuts down, goes dark and the dinos run amok. Jules from Pulp Fiction says that the only way to fix everything is to turn everything off and then back on, but that takes a trip to the other side of the park to do so, and he heads off to never be seen again.
Yeah.
Living his worst nightmare of having to spend any amount of time with children, Alan is trying to make his way back to the visitor center with two kids who are trying their best to get themselves killed. Ellie sets off across the park with Muldoon, the Australian big game hunter trope who gets eaten by the velociraptors that he was taking care of, because velociraptors don't give a fuck. They all finally make their way to the visitor center where the kids are hunted in the kitchen by the pack of velociraptors who are going to eat their weight several times over in tasty people. Alan manages to save everyone in a bunker that is less secure than the tour cars they started in and brings them all to the main hall where the raptors have plenty of room to dine. But then T-Rex comes in to save the day. Alan decides that he's a no on the park, everyone loads into a helicopter to leave Nightmare Island, and roll prehistoric pelicans flying to parts unknown, credits.
All right, just as promised, short and sweet. So, Jurassic Park, 1993's blockbuster sensation, became the highest grossing film ever after its run in the box office with almost $1 billion in its first run, and then well over that tally after it re-released on its 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's the oldest movie to hit $1 billion in the box office.
That is, that was impressive. I didn't realize it hit that. Now, it hit that in its first run?
No. It hit just under $1 billion in its first run. It was re-released back in 2013 for a 20th anniversary. So that's when it shot over the $1 billion.
When it hit the billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was like, like 900 and almost 20 million in its first run. So,
well, that's not bad.
Yeah. It wasn't until Titanic that a movie actually hit $1 billion in the box office.
Well, that's not 900 ain't anything to shake a stick at, especially against a $63 million budget.
Yeah. I mean, the budget was just minuscule.
Is 90s money.
Yeah. So 63 million, it's made over $1 billion. I think it's made its money back and then some, which makes sense. I mean, the movie still holds up. It's still a really good movie.
I was going to mention that the CGI in it is there's a couple places. I'm not going to say it's flawless, but there was a couple places where it was a little. It reminded me of claymation, just in the movement. It got a little jittery, or maybe that was just the video. I don't know, but dinosaurs still looked good.
Yeah, and there was actually no claymation or no stop motion in this, but it was all done with, mostly done with animatronics, especially the close-up scenes, and then they did some CGI on some of the dino kind of running herd scenes and stuff. So.
Yeah, see, a little bit of CGI, a little bit of animatronics, a little bit of puppeteering.
Yeah, a little bit of dudes in dinosaur suits. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it still looks pretty good. I'll say that the CGI in this movie looks better than the CGI in She-Hulk. So,
oh man. Well, see, here's where they went wrong. If you would just take your CGI and fuzzy it up just a touch, it looks a little bit better. Who needs it crisp and clean?
Right.
We don't need to see the hair follicles on the dinosaurs.
Right.
Or the feather follicles. I don't. Yeah. Are dinosaurs birds? Are birds dinosaurs?
Well,
what's the big deal?
The theory is that birds evolved from dinosaurs or those. So did you watch this in theaters when it first came out?
I did. Of course I did. And this is still one of my favorites. In terms of, I won't say no to it. I'll watch it. I like me some Jurassic Park. I want to say Lost World. I'll say no, or I'll say yes to. But Jurassic Park 3, I'll say, go screw yourself. Maybe. I have to remember Jurassic Park 3. That's yeah, I think so. It started getting, honestly, I mean, I like the whole franchise. Overall,
I haven't
like the whole
seen
franchise.
past Jurassic Park 3, so I don't know.
You've never seen the Worlds?
No, I've never seen any of the Worlds.
Oh my gosh. I just want to say that I think Chris Pratt does a pretty good job of filling the Sam Neill shoes.
Really?
Yeah. Chris Pratt isn't he is a handler. He's not a paleontologist. He's a handler.
So he's Muldoon's.
Yes,
role.
He's a smart Muldoon.
I don't think Muldoon was dull.
Well, no, I didn't ever say he was dull. He was a little dumb.
Well, that's what I meant by dull.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
not sharp.
He was. Yeah, I got you. No, Pratt was a smart version in terms of, I know these things will kill me, and I'm well aware of it, and I'm not going to let them hit me from the sides.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because they try to hit him from the sides, and he tells them to not do it.
Oh, he tells them. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You don't do that. That's a bad velociraptor.
Dude, he's got himself a pet. He's got himself a pet velociraptor. It really does.
Okay, that seems...
No, it makes sense. It makes sense in the movie. Anyway, so you need to watch those. Even if we don't review these anytime soon, you need to watch them. They're pretty good. Anyway, back to Jurassic Park. Yes, I watched it in theaters, loved it in theaters. I had it on DVD, I had it on VHS. Wore the VHS out, got it on DVD. Now it's sitting on my Plex because the DVD was getting scratched up beyond recognition. But
you're so hard on your media.
No, the kids are hard on the media.
Why are you letting the kids touch your shit?
Well, because I like my kids compared to you. You don't like your kids. You don't let them touch your stuff. You don't let them play with your things. I liked it. I thought it was good. Now, I read the book that this is based off of.
Yeah, I've read the book.
Yeah, but it's been so long, I couldn't tell you one way or another whether it is faithful to the book.
There's a ton of stuff more in the book. I mean, the stuff that they show and the events that they go through is a small fraction of what's in the book.
Right.
The book is thick.
Yeah, and I think the book is actually 1 and 2 put together, or Lost World is part of the book. Some of the stuff. So, but anyway,
I remember that part, but maybe.
Well, I thought some of the scenes that were in the book happened in the second movie because they didn't make it into the first movie.
Maybe,
I guess
it's been a while since I've seen the second one.
It's been a while. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. What about you?
Yeah. So I saw this in theaters.
Did you?
Yeah. Actually, I saw this in IMAX in theaters.
Ooh.
We were on some sort of school trip in San Antonio at the time. Oh, it was, we were doing a jazz competition.
What were you doing in San Antonio?
I just told you we were doing a jazz competition in San Antonio.
For college?
No, for high school. I was in high school when this movie came out.
Don't lie. This came out in the 90s. You were at least in college. 3rd, 4th year in college, dude.
No, I was still in high school. I was like a junior or senior when this came out.
Fail 4 times?
Something like that,
Yeah.
5th-year freshman, something like that. Yeah.
5th-year freshman, nice.
No, we were in San Antonio for a jazz competition, and
okay.
We got to watch this in IMAX. It was absolutely incredible watching this on a humongous screen like an IMAX screen back in 1993, 94, whenever it was. It was phenomenal.
I've only seen one IMAX movie in all my life.
Really?
Yeah, and I think because of the movie I saw, it stunted me from ever wanting to see it again.
Why?
Because when you go to IMAX and you are presented with and it's not even a close-up. I mean, it's just because the screen's that big, but when you are provided a close-up of Lawrence Fishburne's face, it's things of nightmares.
You watched The Matrix on IMAX.
I think it was Matrix. I think it was Matrix Reloaded, not The Matrix. I think it was Matrix Reloaded that I watched it. But I mean, you get a close up, and I didn't know I was watching a moon documentary. But yeah, it's just I was like, man, I don't know.
No, it was amazing.
Too close.
It was amazing watching this on IMAX. I mean, when the T-Rex is coming towards them and all you see is the vibration of the water, and then they actually feel that through your seat.
Right.
That was really immersive.
I could see that being entertaining, being fun.
Yeah, so like I said, the story was basically just a small fraction of the story that was in Michael Crichton's book. And Michael Crichton was a fairly prolific author at this point and was moving more and more into like TV and film.
And he was involved in this.
He was actually the one that pitched the screenplay to Steven Spielberg while he was on the set or talking to Spielberg about the screenplay of ER. And that piqued Spielberg's interest, and Spielberg was the one that kind of pushed this through to get it done. In fact, they told Spielberg that he could do Schindler's List if he did Jurassic Park first. So
nice.
Yeah.
Because that was his like pet project.
Yeah, so
right.
that was
Schindler's
his
List.
Passion project was Schindler's List, which
Passion
was another
project.
excellent film, just absolutely heart-wrenching.
Has he done anything bad?
Yes. Yes,
Really?
Steven Spielberg has done bad stuff.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh, he has. So I present to you, let me look up his filmography here so I can, because there's been a few that he's done that were not very good. Hook. I present to you Hook. That was not a
Hook
good movie.
Wasn't that bad?
Hook was not a good movie.
Fine.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Look, it has aliens in it. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I dare say it has aliens in it. Therefore, sci-fi put that fucker on the list.
West Side Story.
West Side Story. Look, okay, he's getting old in his years. And I mean, did West Side Story really do bad?
Yeah, it was not. It wasn't.
I didn't
a great
watch
movie.
It.
So let's look and see. Budget of 100 million. Box office of 76.
Yeah.
So definitely a financial failure. The critical reception. It gets actually pretty good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's because it's a musical. People know it came from Broadway show. Maybe that had some bad connotations.
Maybe. I don't know. It also may be that because it was a Spielberg flick, he gets a little bit of a Spielberg bump on his critical response, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So,
well, it's Spielberg. He was trying to be fancy with this. Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, he's made some not very great movies.
Gotcha.
Now, not many of them.
I do want to say that I have this movie's good. I like the movie, but I do have some problems with it.
You have some quabbles? What quabbles do you have with the movie?
Well, first off, there's a big blooper in this movie.
What's that?
You never saw it? You never saw the blooper?
I guess not.
man, helicopter scene at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right. They're all flying along. One side you've got the old man, and you've got Grant, and you got Ellie on that one side, or technically Ellie and then Grant, right? And then on the other side you've got what's his face?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, lawyer man, right? Mm-hmm. So you got Grant, or not Grant, you've got old man and Jeff Goldblum face to face. Looking out the window, looking at the pretty scenery. They land. They get out. Old man gets out first. All right. Lawyer gets out second. What the hell? Lawyer wasn't next to the window. But when
they got out on the right hand side, so presumably the old man got out first, but he had to crawl through everybody to get out, right?
Well, I mean, it never really dictates who was facing forward and who was facing back, because you never really saw out the window originally.
I think the old man, Grant, and Ellie were all facing backward.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember the motion outside of the window, the way that they were moving. I think they were facing the back.
Backward.
Yeah.
So if you take that and you set it down, so either the old man climbed over everybody, or the lawyer climbed over everybody. So regardless, people got out in the wrong fashion. So I noticed that. Now, honestly, I probably didn't know. In fact, I know I didn't notice it before, but I noticed it yesterday or the day before. When did I watch this movie? Yesterday.
That's your biggest quabble?
No. I just thought I'd bring that one up. Here's a good quabble for you though. Beginning of the movie, we're transporting a velociraptor into its holding pen.
Yep.
Right. So, it's kind of a heavy thing. We got to be super careful. So we're going to set this bad boy down with a forklift, and then we're going to get a whole slew of crewmen to come over, and we're going to push this bad boy up against the magnetic lock, or whatever locking mechanism it is. It's something, because it engages, lights turn on, it's engaged, it's secure.
Yep.
Right. Now, some other lonely dude. First off, you've got so many dudes that everybody has this must be a union job. Everybody's got a specific job to do. So a different dude climbs up on top and is able to lift the gate.
Okay.
We got a seriously dangerous dinosaur being held back by a gate that can be lifted by a man.
Sure.
There's my problem.
Well, maybe the gate lock disengages whenever they lock it up to whatever they're shoved up against.
Okay, I can understand that, but then they have a dude lifting up the gate.
Well,
you
got to be able to lift up the gate somehow. The gate doesn't have to be heavy enough that you can't lift it if it locks.
Okay, but then it disengages and he gets sucked in.
Yeah. There is that.
There was just something totally shady about that. Yeah, it was shady.
Shows you how dangerous it is.
Great. Thanks for telling me. I guess they had to have a reason to bring people to the island before it was ready 100%. Hey, we just had a dude die from a velociraptor. But hey, bring my grandkids.
Yeah,
have a good time.
The quibble that I have is there's no backup or redundancy system for any of the security systems that they have on the island.
It's like you're reading my haiku.
So they're on this island in apparently a place that gets like tropical storms and hurricanes. Storms.
Yeah.
So they know that there's...
You would know that one was coming a lot sooner than they did.
Yeah. Although, one might be coming, but you don't know the exact track. I mean, even now, we don't know an exact storm track until it's like a day or two before landfall. And even then it could, and then even then it could shift, several hundred miles within that time. So I'll give them some of the benefit of the doubt, not knowing if it's going to hit the island until it's pretty close to hitting the island. But still, at that point, you know that there's possibilities that you could have power knocked out or damage sustained from a large storm like that.
Right.
Why don't you put contingencies in place or battery or some sort of backup in place so that
generator or something?
Yeah, so that whenever your primary or your power system gets hit or damaged, this secondary system kicks in, or you have some sort of other contingency that keeps these really, really dangerous animals that you've created in place.
And why is your power system on the same system as everything else? Why not have it isolated so that, if a system has to be rebooted, you can reboot the individual systems and not necessarily have to reboot the whole thing.
Right.
Now, I get that the dude everybody's a hacker in the 90s.
That was that was the big term. Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's a hacker in the 90s. So I understand that he messed some stuff up, but it's a good thing that one, the little girl knew Unix.
It's Unix. I know this. Okay.
Which Unix is mostly command based.
Well, Unix back then was pretty much all command based.
Right. But they've got a pretty graphical interface that you can fly towards.
Yeah, files. that was awful. And that's I blame that on movie on it being in a movie. It's really it's really hard to show command line interfaces in a movie and make it interesting. And so movies typically do this visualization of command line interfaces, which doesn't really match reality at all. So, yeah.
No, not at all. No. So how did the dinosaurs, how did the raptors open the doors? Okay,
they have hands. They have little arms.
Right. So I will accept that they watched and they learned, or what have you, for in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
What about the one for the mechanical room? If I remember correctly, that outside door opened outward.
The mechanical room in the bunker? Are you talking?
No, the one where Samuel L. Jackson died in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was the bunker where the electrical was.
Yeah. So that outside door was opened outward, I thought. Like you had to pull it open to get in, and then it closed behind you.
Yeah, I thought it opened inward, but you might be right. I didn't pay enough attention.
Okay, so we've got, regardless, we've got two problems here. Let's go with the open outward one. Okay, it opened outward, and somehow velociraptors have learned to open doors, but not just open doors and push it with their head like they did in the kitchen, but open doors and pull themselves around and then get themselves around and get in. All right, so there's that problem. Problem number two, if the door opened inward, I believe that is an OSHA violation, and they would have been cited for that because your emergency egresses have to open outward so that it makes it easier to get out.
Okay, well, there's no OSHA on this island.
Bullshit, there's oceans all around the island.
No, OSHA on this island.
Oh, OSHA, not oceans.
Oh, were you saying it was an ocean violation?
No, I said OSHA.
Because ocean violation sounds much more on brand for you.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it just, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to go back and watch, but I'm pretty sure that the door opened outward. And that was my one little issue, is that the door opened outward, which meant that, the dinosaur had to, it's not just a simple push the AHA or a handicap accessible doorknob, lever down and push. It's a push, pull, get around it sort of situation.
Well, I mean, these are velociraptors that can also get out of locked storage freezers too. So, yeah.
Well, no. Do you think so? I think that one was from the bunker.
Okay, there were three velociraptors.
Three velociraptors
that were chasing them in the kitchen.
Right, one down in the electrical room. And there was only two in the kitchen.
No, there were three in the kitchen.
There was only two in the kitchen.
There were three in the kitchen because when they opened the two doors that went into the kitchen, there was one in one door and then two in the other. There were three in the kitchen.
No.
There were three in the kitchen.
There's only two in the kitchen.
There are three in the kitchen.
Whatever. Okay, so even if there's three in the kitchen, one gets locked in the door in the freezer. There was only two that the Ninja T-Rex ate.
Was there only two that I thought there were three in the banquet hall?
No, there was only two at the very end. Because I was watching for that. Because I was like, oh man, I thought there was three at the end. If there's three here, how the hell did they get the pin out of the thing?
Okay.
So I thought there was always, I swear there was only two in the kitchen.
Well, if there were only two in the kitchen, then they would have had to have gotten the pin out.
No, the second one came from, because remember, so you had one that was chasing them from in the kitchen, right? And it came from one direction, and they started to run. So they started to run out the door, and they got stopped by the other one. That other one came from the bunker.
Okay, give me just a sec here, because there were three in the kitchen.
There was two in the kitchen. Let's see. Jurassic Park kitchen scene. Raptors in the kitchen. Here we go. It's a 3-minute YouTube video. But I have to watch a video first, or a commercial. All right. Door is opening. It's a dude with a hand with claws on it. And then we got him opening. He's headbutting the door. So this leads my problem with the opening the bunker from the outside way. So we have one in the doorway. He's looking around. He does a little honky honk. So he comes in, and a second one comes in behind him. So there's only two in the kitchen.
Hold on.
Follow me. Still see just two. Velociraptors are impatient. They click their toenails on the ground.
Okay, he's got it in the freezer.
Yep, still two in the kitchen.
So after they get the one in the freezer, where'd the second one go?
So the one got
knocked over.
The one got knocked out because he headbutted the thing. The other one gets in the freezer. They close the freezer, put the pin in. So I figured that one was good. So then they're running off, and one of them starts following them out.
Oh,
so
okay.
They got the one that they. So then they meet up with Grant. They go down into the control center area.
Yeah, with a door that locks and then a big, huge window that can just get smashed in.
Pane that can get. Yeah. So So it was just the one there, and then the second one was the one that came from outside because they tried to go out the main door, and then they couldn't because another velociraptor showed up. So two in the kitchen, not three. Anyway, yep, there's that. But here's another one of my little quabbles is they make this big deal about the dinosaur, the T-Rex can like shake the earth, right? You're getting the tremors and all that. Shake the earth. When he's coming back because, water's moving and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's not like he's sneaky.
But he sure does sneak up on him in that main hall.
Exactly. He sneaks up out of nowhere.
Just appears.
Just appears and like saves them from the Velociraptor. Honestly, I would think, I'm okay with them saving, but I expected a roar or something before it happened.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And maybe they're about to lunge and then you hear this roar and they all turn, everybody turns and looks, and the Velociraptors decide that the T-Rex is more important to go after.
Right.
Yeah,
that T-Rex was just there. It's
just out of nowhere. It's just freaking stealth.
Poof.
Yeah, stealth mode ninja T-Rex for
You're
the
a
win.
wizard T-Rex.
Yeah. And that never hit me when I watched it originally. But it hit me after I've watched it a couple times. It's just kind of like, damn, that thing sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
But yeah. You also got the interactive CD-ROMs.
Oh, that's right.
That was
CD-ROM. That was a big buzzword back in 1993. CD-ROMs were like for computers. CD-ROMs were new technology.
They were, yeah, interactive CD-ROMs. Yeah, you just touch the screen and it does the command that you want it to do.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, all right.
And those big fucking consoles to hold the monitor, and the computer
CRTs.
inside. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. It does show its age in that particular situation.
Yeah.
Just the technology itself. But it still holds up. CGI holds up. Practical effects still hold up.
Yeah, it still looks good. I mean, it's well directed. It's well acted. Well written.
Yeah, I think so. And I love Scottish Colonel Sanders.
Scottish Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. It's Kentucky Fried Chicken with haggis, I guess. I don't know.
Kentucky Fried Haggis.
Yeah, Kentucky
KFH.
Fried Haggis. Yeah. Ooh, we might be onto something.
I don't think so.
No? All right.
All right, final thoughts?
I still like it. I'll still watch it. It's one of the better dinosaur-centric movies that I've seen. It still holds up.
It's still a very good movie. Even the special effects still hold up pretty well.
Yeah, it still holds up
30
against the
years
newer
later.
stuff too. Yeah, holds up against the newer stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
So,
all right, you got a haiku for us this week. I know you mentioned it. Let's hear it.
All right, this one is titled "Hello, Newman." Disgruntled worker, everything on one system. He spared no expense.
Yeah, so you gotta keep your eye on shady IT people, and all
Apparently.
IT people are shady. So
Yeah.
you gotta keep an eye on you people,
especially when they make excuses for just about everything.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was standard practicing.
No, you just tell them to turn it off, turn it back on again.
Which is what they had to do.
They did. Except it wasn't an easy turn off, turn back on. Apparently, when you turn it off, it flips all the breakers in the process.
Right.
When it was just the system itself that was messed up. So you would be turning off the computer system that controls things, not necessarily the breakers that had manual push buttons. Therefore, the computer shouldn't be able to turn them off. Shouldn't be able to turn off mains. I can understand being able to temporarily deactivate a gate or something like that, but not turn off the mains.
Shh.
Sorry. Did I find a hole?
You got any awards?
I do. I have a few.
All right. Who's got your black lung? Whoa.
Well, this goes into my black lung. Would 10,000 volts kill you?
Not necessarily, no.
It's the amps.
Yeah, so it's not the
It's not the voltage.
It's not necessarily
it's
not necessarily the amount of current. It's not the voltage, it's the amperage.
Gotcha. Low amps, lots of volts, enough to scare them off.
Yeah. And you can have low voltage and high amperage, and that will fuck you up. So, yeah.
Yep. Black Lung goes to Tim, the boy.
Tim, the boy? Okay.
Yeah. He was smoking.
Yeah, he was. Literally. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it to Tim.
All right. Well, mine's going to go to Ray because every time he was on camera, he had a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah. That one was a little on the nose. I wanted to go with something a little different.
Sure. No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who's got your head, Lesh?
Oh, I went ahead and just gave it to Malcolm because he had a flask in the car.
Yeah. Malcolm's getting mine too.
Yeah. He's just giving yours because it's Jeff Goldblum.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he would have smoked any, he would have gotten my Black Lung. Would have gotten all the awards.
All the awards.
All right. Who's got your player?
I'm giving it to Malcolm for putting them chaos moves on Ellie.
Yeah, he did. Malcolm's getting mine too. In fact,
you need to hold your hand and then move your hair a little bit.
He's getting mine more on the. He's always on the lookout for the future. Mrs. Malcolm.
Yeah.
All right, who's getting your purple hippo?
Purple hippo. I went ahead. I gave it to Grant. I gave it to Dr. Grant because of the look on his face. He was thoroughly unimpressed until he saw the first dinosaurs. And I think that was kind of a head trip for himself.
Yeah, he almost passed out.
Right. So I'm giving him the purple hippo.
All right. Mine's actually going to go to Tim for getting electrocuted.
Okay. Yeah.
And then brought back to life. Yeah.
And finished counting.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah. 3.
As soon as he gained consciousness again. 3.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
is it random time?
It's random time. Let's see.
No whammies.
Let's see what big pile of crap we can pull off of the list this time.
This one wasn't bad.
Boy. No, it wasn't. We got lucky on this one. So, all right. You need to pick a number between 1 and 154.
All right. I am going to go, because this movie eventually made 1.046 billion. I am going to go with number 10. We need to round up. 105.
105. All right. Tell me when to stop.
Give it a couple more clicks and then stop.
Okay. 105.
So this movie was so popular that I remember we played the Jurassic Park theme song in band.
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of bands that did that.
Yeah. Now, in 93, I was still in elementary. No, middle school? No. Yeah, middle school. So.
Next episode, we will be reviewing the movie where an altruistic chemist invents a fabric which resists wear and stain as a boon to humanity, but big business and labor realize it must be suppressed for economic reasons. This stars Alec Guinness, Joan Greenwood, and Cecil Parker. Got any clue?
Fuck. Oh, I don't know what Obi-Wan Kenobi did.
This is
Star Wars?
This is 1951's The Man in the White Suit.
Oh my God. Who do we blame for this?
This is going to be this is me.
Oh, you piece of shit. At least we can watch it on Amazon Prime.
It's a drama, comedy drama sci-fi is how it's classified.
Satirical sci-fi comedy. All right. This is a young Alec Guinness, huh?
A very young Alec Guinness.
Wow. All right.
fact, Alec Guinness looks a lot like in this movie poster. Looks a lot like what's his face from the guy who played Gomer Pyle. What was his name? Oh,
Shazam!
Yeah.
The
hell was his name? Jim Neighbors. Yeah.
Jim Neighbors. Okay.
Yeah, he looks a lot like Jim Neighbors in this movie poster.
I don't have high hopes for this, because its box office is in pounds.
It's got a 7.3 on IMDb's out of 10 rating. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah, next episode it'll be an oldie but a goodie.
Hey, whoa! Don't go that far.
Well, yeah.
It'll be an oldie. I don't know if it's going to be a goodie yet.
That's all we've got for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Podcrawl music is Snack Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Discord. On Twitter at @status_podcast, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to throw a few nickels our way, you can become a Patreon supporter by going to smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Patreon, and make sure to visit Gonna Geek for more great shows at gonnageek.com. For this episode, I'm Jason.
And I want to go to that theme park where the characters are autoerotica.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign me up for that.
Absolutely. We'll talk at you next episode.